Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss a cool concept from a Cincy-based distillery. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Luke Otero, Evan Van Scoik, and Evan Nieters.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Yo.
Hello. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun today. We're going to be talking about Cincinnati Distillery that's kind of creating a cool thing. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, Evan Nieters said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, Evan?
So, as this is being recorded, the Powerball was recently won.
Okay.
If you would have won that, what are you doing with it?
Oh, yeah, I know this. We talk about this all the time. So Jim and I have kind of made a gentleman's agreement. If we would win, while we love the shop and we would like to be involved, there would be like 6 trip and fall accidents there a day. People would be like, I can get some of this money. So we're like, we have to get out. We got to get out.
Yeah.
But what we would like to do is turn it over, sell it, if you will, to our employee Darren, and set him up, put money in his bank so he can enough to manage the business, and then put also enough in there where he can hire McNew. So we still got the industry contact, so somebody can bring it all in. And then Jim and I are both going to retire. If I win, then I give him enough money where he can retire to Florida on the beach, and vice versa. He's agreed to give me enough where I can get a beach place. So that's our idea. And other than that, it's going to be just have fun. Now, we'll work out with Darren where we get to go on some cool barrel picks too. I mean, that's part of the sale agreement that we still get to participate. I mean, we're not going to put all that out.
Yeah.
I mean, we do this because we love it. I mean, just because we're suddenly rich doesn't mean we don't want to do the cool stuff. So yeah. So there you go. So I hit the lottery. McNew has to go to work. She's going to work at the barrel shop. She's going to take over my place. Yeah.
I guess you're still taking care of me because I'm not winning the lottery. So okay.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the whole plan. That was hopefully you've seen. It gets to the situation where Jim and I, you talk about that. We're together all the time, and then at some point you run out of things to talk about. So that's one of the things that you discuss when you start running out of topics. What do you do if you hit the lottery?
At least buy me a house in St. Louis so I can move and work there.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
That'll be part of your relocation package. So yeah, that'll be good.
Okay, great.
Or
Steve
we may have
just-
you move in with my mom. You could
Steve will just give you his house because he's going to Florida. So
exactly.
That'll be fine.
You can have a Lakeview estate, so that'll be nice. Oh. All right, Luke, what would you do? You hit that? That's a $1 billion lottery, by the way. So, and one winner won. I don't, as far as I know, the person hasn't stepped forward yet, which they shouldn't.
it is a person in California. We know that.
We do know that was one at a little market, which is kind of cool. They get $1 million out of it, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, but Luke, what would you do? Quit answering my phone calls. I know that. Hey, Luke, who's this? Click.
I'd try to probably take care of as many people as I could without and not just relatives or my immediate
like your
family.
favorite podcasters or liquor store owners or so stuff like that.
So I put Stephanie and Chris on a plane to New Mexico because they've never been here.
Okay, there you go.
And, if I get to know you two Evans better, I'd probably do something for you too.
Yeah.
But until then, you're out. So
you know what? I have to say this. Out of anybody that I know, and McNew can verify this too, she knows Luke well. Out of anybody that I know, I feel like Luke hitting the lottery would be the most beneficial for anybody else other than yourself winning it, because he's such a nice person. I mean, Luke sends me gifts and stuff like that. He's a generous person already. And he's not a billionaire. So imagine Luke with $1 billion. It's going to be a nice ride for all of his friends, I would think. I mean, he's a good dude. So
I've gone down the rabbit hole with tequila, just because we're courting 2-3 tequila companies, and I would look into investing into a tequila company, not starting one, but being a partner with somebody with some pedigree.
Right. Yeah. Did you see Steve Beam down there doing that? I think that'd be awesome. He was down there working it. Checking out him working an agave plant, and that was pretty awesome.
Well, Fred No works with Carlos Camarena and some of the best tequilas in the world, and they collaborated on something that was really cool. Remember the 30th anniversary bottle of Booker's?
Yes. Yep.
There was 50 barrels, and Carlos Caramena took them all and did this extra anejo into those. And he worked with Fred, testing them over the 2-3 years until they came out with it. And it's supposed to be one of the best tequilas. I'll find one eventually, but that's the kind of fun I'd like to get into. Kind of.
Yes, it's not a bad gig, right?
Merge the bourbon business. Enjoy with the little tequila business. That Stephanie, I'm down that rabbit hole, sweetheart.
Yeah,
I like it.
What's billionaire McNew? What's she like?
So we were actually talking about this the other night. So first of all, I'm going to give my brother enough money to start his construction business, take care of him for a while, take care of my mom the rest of her life.
So take care of her brother. Give him $4,000, so that he's going to be set there. She's got a billion minus $4,000. Okay, still got quite a bit left.
No, so I'm going to take care of him and my mom. But I always thought I want to move to Arizona. It's because I can't afford Palm Springs, but now I can afford Palm Springs. I'm going to buy my mid-century ranch in Palm Springs. I also want to build a lake house here in Indiana because there's a lake I like. So I'm going to build that. But I'm going to drive to California, but I'm hiring a driver in a tour bus so we can take the dogs and they won't have to fly. And I don't want to drive. Chris doesn't want to drive. We both hate driving. So we're going to hire somebody to drive us to California so we can just be drunk tourists on the way there. We're going to have a damn good time getting to California. And we're just going to travel and have fun and build houses.
Springs is home to the world's greatest artist, Josh Hagel. And he's got a place out there. A shop. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I just like how a desert, but there's still palm trees, and you just have a pool in your backyard. It's just where I want to be. Just leisurely.
How is he not your favorite artist? If you love,
I do like him. I just don't have a favorite artist. I do like him though, Steve. But
you should, based on everything you've said right there. That's Josh Hagel. He fits the mode there. So
Yep.
Coming soon to the If You Know You Know Speakeasy. He's got a gallery there, a mini gallery.
Oh.
I'm going to put some of my pieces, a rotating collection up there. I don't know how much I'll rotate it, but I mean, technically I could, but on semi-permanent loan from the Akeley collection. So Evan Van Scoik, how about you, man?
All right. So first you pay off debts. Then you go for your dream house, wherever you want it.
Okay. Where's yours? In Festus?
No, probably somewhere still in the area. I
Festus
probably wouldn't be going like further south now. I don't know. Maybe a new build somewhere.
Oh, he's got not going for the south money. He's we're talking big time here. Okay.
Yeah, you might be. Hey, you got enough money. You could be looking at like Chesterfield, Baldwin type area.
Oh no, you don't want that area. It's too congested.
Wentzville.
Maybe Wentzville. That doesn't sound too bad. You don't want to get too
fine,
far. Yeah. Don't get too far out. Then probably next, helping out family members, my brother, my mom, in-laws, stuff like that.
Right.
Not huge portions, because you do want to take a really large chunk of that, reinvest it, start earning all that interest, so you're also set for the rest of your life. I would not quit immediately or anything like that.
Really?
I'd probably still work for a while. Yeah. Give me something to do. One thing I would also like to see, though, is St. Louis does need a legitimate line dance bar. Once again, we need one for the area. So I would help make that happen, be like an investing silent partner. I don't want to run a bar or anything like that. So I don't want to end up in bar rescue, 5-6 years down the road, anything like that. Because
silent partner is the way to go too. Right?
Yeah.
Like I said, you don't want to get in a situation where you're having line dance and people are falling down. I'm telling you, the people will come out.
I want to go there. I don't want to run it. Probably take some awesome vacations. What is nice is when you have enough money, you basically have freedom dollars, right? Spend those freedom dollars to do pretty much whatever you want.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there you go. Evan Neaters, you asked the question. How about you?
So, yeah, I'd kind of along the lines of you guys, I'd be, helping out family, make sure that, they don't have any more debt, pay off their houses or whatever, and make sure that they can retire, not have to work anymore. Also reinvest some of that money. That way it doesn't, I don't just blow it all. Sell my house, buy a big property somewhere in the Missouri area, kind of like the other Evan was saying.
Right.
Build a nice compound with a nice body of water on it, whether I have to build it or not, because I have plenty of money to do that.
Right.
And buy a vacation home, probably in Florida.
Okay.
And
what part of Florida? That's interesting.
Probably the Gulf side.
Oh yeah, there you go, man.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the Gulf side, because
that's the good side. Yeah,
that's where my dad lives. So
yeah.
I'll move down, get a house down there by him.
Hang out with pops. You get to yeah. That's not a bad thing, right?
We'll fly whenever we need to. Heck, buy a private jet and have a pilot fly us
private
back
jet
and
and a
forth
pilot
whenever we want.
Katie Joyce. Yeah, it's Katie Joyce. Yeah,
that's right. She'll be hired.
Just hire Katie Joyce. That'd be not a bad thing. And she's funny. Right. So yeah. Oh.
And then since I will be quitting my job, I'll keep myself occupied with starting my own whiskey brand.
Okay.
I won't make anything, but maybe source some stuff, finish some stuff, blend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Teach myself. I'll have all the time in the world and money to do it.
Yeah, there you go. Doesn't sound like a bad gig. Doesn't sound bad. It's fun to think about.
No.
Yeah, the people are like, I don't buy a ticket because you're not going to win. I don't know. It's the buck or two that you spend depending on what lottery it is. It's worth the dream, right? From time I don't overdo that stuff. Don't overdo that stuff because you're probably not going to win. But it's worth it too, just to think about it, to have those kind of discussions that we had right now. On that note, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Evan Van Squake. Evan, what do you got, man? Nate Weiniger's coming in, so he's going to be part of this show here. We'll have him pop up.
I've got some Still 630 4-year-old Rally Point Maple Sunset.
Okay. All right.
I'm a big fan of the Maple Sunset. I love a good rye finished in maple syrup barrel. So good. All right, let's see what we got.
Nice. A little sloshy there, a little squeaky, but man, the pop was that's going to be tough to beat. Even with some point deductions there, I did have to take off several points, Evan. But I think you're going to be okay. Joining us is Nate Weiniger. He's as part of the show. We're on the show number 3, the Cincinnati Distillery show, and we're going to go to Cork Pop. I'll come back to you in just a little bit. Okay, Nate? Okay, he's shaking his head yes, which is always good on a podcast. Well, that's good. All right, McNew, what do you got?
Have Jim Beam's new Claremont Steep.
Okay, very good. Unfortunately, you had to deal with a great one, so that's what's going on there. So Yeah. So Evan Van Scoik has the lead. Evan Nieders is going to take a shot at this. What do you got?
All right, let's try 3 for 3. I have a Hidden Barn that I got from ABV.
Okay, that's a good pick. Okay. Also very solid. It's not going to be good enough, though. It's not going to be good. I think even you know that. Evan Van Scoik has the lead.
Yeah.
I've got. I'm not holding out much hope here. I got Hard Truth here. So this is Sweet Mash Rye. So these corks are amazing. I mean, look at that thing. It's a cool cork, but it's really only good for the first cork pop.
Beautiful cork.
After that, no good anymore. But let's see. I think that's going to be the case here. Yeah, I mean, barely even audible. Barely. I mean, it's explosive if you compare it to what Darren typically throws out. That's for sure. But
when you spin the top, it was so much louder than a.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Luke Otero, what do you got?
I've got a single barrel pick from Nate's area, the Bonnie Bray Barrel Liquor Store.
Okay. Old foe. It's an old foe.
It's a good little store in Cherry Creek.
Okay. That was nice.
I
like that one. It was clean. Not explosive enough, though.
Okay?
It's not enough. Evan's still got the lead. So, Nate, here you are. You've come in. You're mid-show, and we knew you were going to be late, so it's not a big deal. But you're coming in here, and you got to jump right in with the cork pop. So, what do you got?
I have got one of the 5280 Whiskey Society Elijah Craig barrel picks from a couple years back. So let's see what it does.
Okay. Sloshy and a little muted, but not going to be enough to beat. So Evan Van Scoik, cheers to you.
Thank you.
The Evan Nieders.
Well, the Evan Street continues.
Mm-hmm. That's one way to look
at
it, I guess. All right, on that note, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about this new distillery campus that's going to be popping up in Cincinnati. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. We're also sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop focuses exclusively on barrel picks. It's the job of owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot to seek out distilleries that are making the best whiskey in the world, taste through their barrels, and select the ones that are off-profile in the best way possible. They have high standards and refuse to allow anything into their store other than something they would be proud to have their name on. This leads to some really awkward conversations with distilleries that can't make it, but they do it for you, their customers. Learn more about what is going on at their St. Louis-based store by heading over to abvbarrelshop.com. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
This is also Freddie Mills going underneath the alias of Danny Kennard. You can find me on Facebook at any time. Just look up Danny Kennard, but I am Freddie Mills. Trust me.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about a Cincinnati whiskey campus.
Yes, we are. McNew, famously, I cannot read aloud, but you can. So let's give us this little synopsis here that we've got. So what do we got?
Okay, a Cincinnati distillery company turned a Newtown dog park into a 4-acre dining and drinking facility that opened this weekend. Robert James Distillery, previously based in Norwood, is investing around $1.5 million into an all-encompassing park, which opened July 14th. The space is the former Wags Park at 3810 Church Street, called Robert James Park. It combines several greater Cincinnati food and drink concepts and an on-site distillery and dog-friendly recreation area.
Okay.
Sounds fun. I want to go.
Sounds fun. It sounds like a neat area. I'll tell you what, it's on the cheap though. I mean, 1.5 million for all that. I mean, it seems like if you could barely get a house for that amount of any size, much less a whole campus.
I think I know where this is, and it was like a neighborhood park. And Norwood's an interesting neighborhood. Like Cincinnati is one of those places where it's like, ooh, lots of money on this street and pretty rough on the next block. Like it's an interesting area, Norwood is. But
okay.
I know what park this used to be. So they did get it real cheap.
Okay. They got it real cheap. Okay.
So it's a decent area.
Yeah. Sure.
Depending on what block you're on.
Okay. So yeah, you got to be careful with that stuff, right? Just be careful. Go to the markets. Just don't wander around. You'll be fine. Probably one of those things. So
So I think it's like you park and go in, and I like that they have a lot of different food and stuff on site. So like if you want to go spend the day there, I think you could spend an entire day there and not have to leave. So that's rather convenient.
This article, again, which is from a Cincinnati newspaper, this is their article there. We didn't write that. It makes it seem like it's a little mini version of James E. Pepper. Have you ever been to that campus where they've got all the stuff around there? It's fantastic, by the way. That's a great place to go. I don't think this is going to hit that level. Again, just based on the investment. I mean, how much can you do for $1.5 million?
So I feel like you think like, oh, $1 million, that's a lot. But like all these other distilleries were like 38 million.
Right.
80 million. We're like, what is this?
you hear these crazy amounts when they start talking distilleries, and it's 50 million, 200 million. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, 1.5 million doesn't sound like much. Yeah. What do you think, Nate?
I think they got it right. So, people love their dogs, and
it's not a bad thing.
People love, options with food. So, I think it brings all of those together, and that's a smart move. And sounds like a good place. I'd love to take my dog Mitt there and have a pour and maybe a taco. So,
okay. It's interesting too, and again, I don't know anything about the distillery, and it is a distillery that moved apparently. And was it called the Robert James Distillery before, or is it a new name? It doesn't say in the article, and it would be weird if this isn't a new name for them because they moved into the Robert James Park. What would be the chances of them being the Robert James Distillery in a different part of town, and then they move to this park? Is it just serendipity? I don't know. I don't.
I think what it's saying is it used to be called Wags Park, and it's being renamed Robert James Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I saw as well. Looked it up.
Well, maybe that's an issue of poor reading on my part, not poor journalism. Yeah. Well, fair enough. Robert James Park now makes sense. Okay. And as I read that again, I'm going to blame McNew. She's the one that read us the article, and
that makes sense.
It was that California accent she's got that must be. Oh my God, Wags Park.
What's the deal with dogs and whiskey?
Oh, she's back, quiet on the set. So, all right. Luke, what do you think about this? What is this? Do you have a dog? First of all, you got a dog, don't you?
Yeah, I have a dog, Winston Churchill. He's a little Chinese bug, and if there was a place like that. Well, there is one, but it's a brewery. But I think the distillery concept is.
I like it. I like that part of it. So,
I would definitely take Churchill there.
Right. What I like about this, Luke, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you could actually score some brownie points with the War Department. You could be like, I'm going to take Churchill out. I'm going to take him for a walk, and then you jump in the car and you go to the distillery. You just turn Churchill loose, and then you're just drinking at the distillery, right?
Yeah, just Uber home.
Exactly. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. He becomes your new drinking buddy. So at that point, that's not a bad thing. Yeah,
he's a little babe magnet,
Oh yeah, I'm sure people. Yeah, a good dog definitely draws people to talk to you for sure. So yeah. We'll have to check it out maybe. At some
it's
point,
an excellent idea, though.
Sounds like a fun thing for sure. Sounds like a different foods and dogs and whiskey. So there you go.
We can send Mandy Kaplan as an ambassador. This is right up her alley as well, and just down the road from her. She's not far.
Mandy Kaplan has what, like 8 dogs? So why not? Why not go there?
She also has 4, like I do.
Yeah, and won't turn a one away. So yeah, if another one shows up to the door tomorrow, she'll have 5. Yeah.
Her whiskey to this whiskey distillery and let us know how it is. She'll be our ambassador.
Right. Yeah. Jim famously found a St. Bernard. Now, this is the current situation McNew's in with the 4 dogs. And he's like, I found this thing. Do you want it? And McNew was like, yeah, I guess I'll take it. She was going to take a 5th one and a St. Bernard at that with the zoo she's already got. But then the owner stepped forward and was like, hey, you got my dog, man.
We already have a Mastiff. What's another giant sloth?
Right. I don't know what you're going to do with this thing.
I didn't even notice.
It makes no sense. But yeah, McNew was like, I'm in. I'll do it. Yeah. So.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
At least once a month, I am trying to get another dog. Like we went to my husband's family reunion a month or so ago, and I didn't like the way his cousin treated his dog. So I was like, we can steal it. We'll just take it home with us. It's fine. So I'm always trying to.
And McNew, treats her dogs so well. They live forever. That one that she can't stand, she was claiming that thing was going to die like 4 years ago, and it's still there, by the way, and it's doing just fine. Milo
lives to spite me at this point. He's just spiting me, and he tries to kill me every day because he's little and I trip over him like 10 times a day.
Yeah, but you're just clumsy. I've been with you when you're just walking down the street and you just fall down.
There's usually a lot of alcohol involved at that point.
Yeah. I like how you're now blaming the dog because you fall.
Milo a good 3 times a day. He's always in my way, and I can't see him because the other dogs are like substantial, and he's just little, and I don't notice him.
Remember when you tripped and you tried to blame me for it, and I was nowhere near you when you fell.
Doing just fine until you had to open your mouth and say something. It was your fault.
All I said was, were you happy about your shoe choice? Because we're walking down a cobblestone street and she's got on stilettos. And I said, are you happy about your shoe choice tonight? And McNew was like, I'm doing just fine. And then like 6 seconds later, she just falls to the ground. And I mean, it was a bad one because she's, McNew's dressed pretty well. She's got a skirt on. Well, next thing that thing's hiked up on her. She's rolling around on the ground, And it's it's cobblestone street. I see her legs bleeding and shit. And then she's yelling at me as she's falling. Why did you say that? She hasn't even hit the ground yet. Why did you say that?
Steve, don't talk to me when I'm walking here.
Yeah. One thing at a time.
Yeah. So we walk in these shoes. We get her back up, get her upright. And she walks. We're like, you should take off the shoes. She's like, no, I have to look good. We're going to this bar. So we get there. We walk like 2.5 miles down this cobblestone street. We finally get there. McNew decides to take off the shoes once we get to the bar. She was like, I'm done.
Because I had flats in my purse the whole time.
Why didn't you wear the flats while you're walking and wear the fancy shoes when we get to the place we're going? I don't understand.
Does my logic ever make sense now? I don't know.
That's true. You're combative though if you try to correct you. God forbid. No. All right. Well, there you go. On that note, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Evan Neaters, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Find me on Facebook at Evan Neaters.
All right. Evan Van Scoik.
You can find me on Instagram at Wisdom Whiskey, or on one of the many occasions stopping in and seeing Steve at the ABV Barrel Shop, especially when I'm hosting the theme trivia nights. We recently hosted a Star Wars trivia night. It was awesome. Coming up real here soon. Actually, It'll already have
It's
occurred.
done.
It'll
Right,
already have
yes.
occurred. It was fantastic. It was Harry Potter trivia themed. Be
Yes.
on the lookout for the next one. We're hoping to do
I can't
something
wait.
like superhero related, maybe Batman.
What I like is people have started dressing up for this stuff now. So we and I just sit back and because I've never even read a Harry Potter book or seen a movie, but I like the idea of people showing up to the liquor store. And I made sure I posted everything. This isn't for kids. No kids. No kids allowed. You have to be 21. But I love the idea of these adults showing up in Harry Potter costumes and stuff. And that's what happened on that night. So yeah, Kyle Neely. As we record this, it hasn't happened yet, and Kyle Neely was working on his outfit, what he's going to be wearing, and I can't wait to see him. I hope he's just Harry. I think that would be good. Yeah, he'd be a good Harry Potter. Yeah, we'll see. Luke, how about you?
You can find me at SantaFeBoutiqueWines.com and Luke Otero on LinkedIn.
All right, Nate, what a fantastic hat. That looks good, man. No, you're on mute. You're on mute, buddy.
Am I some kind of rookie? You can find me at 5280 Whiskey on Instagram, and you can find me at hiddenbarnwhiskey.com.
Very nice. Very nice. Wait till you see the movie. Now, I know you haven't seen any sort of final cut or anything like that. Wait till you. Bo Cumberland is he's a magician. We're talking Harry Potter. The real guy who has magical skills is Bo Cumberland. Wait till you see what he did with that. And he showed us initial cut where he's like, I think I'm done. And it came in like, I don't know, 2 hours and 8 minutes or something. And I was like, it grinds too slow. And then he came back. He's like, let me try this again. He comes back. It's like an hour 37, and it is perfection. It's like a totally different movie when you cut something right.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And wait till you see what he did with it.
He made me look good, so that's a damn miracle. So.
Your part's great, man. You're in there a couple times. It's sharing some stuff. It's cool, man. It's really, really good. It's very.
So thank you.
It was a great day. So we did that at Nate's house. So we shot his segment in his garage where he hosts some of his events and things like that. So he's got a great setup for sure. For sure. Very cool. Wife is very nice. She allows him to do this shit. Tolerates Nate. That's a whole thing.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. McNew, how about you? Where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. That's the one you're going to need to check out. Everything that we do is out there. We put all of our previous shows or blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. We're hanging out, talking whiskey. That's what we love to do. You can do that too. If you're in St. Louis, stop by and see us. Nate was in St. Louis recently. He stopped by and saw us. People do that, so please do. You never know who's going to be there, so that's kind of the fun thing too. So check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Later.
Adios.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some of the great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro is owned and operated by Russell Creed, who makes stills for the hobby distiller. He offers a one-stop shop for everything the at-home distiller needs. Whether it's a small, experimental stovetop still or something bigger you run outside, he has the still or parts you would have difficulty fabricating yourself if you were trying to build a DIY still project. Additionally, he has resources to assist in creating unique distilled spirits, including heirloom grains, barrels for aging, and recipes. Check out Russell's company online at moonshinestillpro.com. Finally, I have a question for you. Have you ever boxed a bear? Of course not. That'd be silly. Bears really don't follow the rules, so shots in the back of the head, punches to the nuts, and scrums after the bell would be the norm. A better idea would be to enjoy Boxing Bear Whiskey, a brand crafted by Nobleton's Distilling House in Union, Missouri, and sold exclusively at the ABV Barrel Shop in suburban St. Louis. This is a popular offering that sells out quickly, but when you're in town, stop by the ABV Barrel Shop and see if they have it in stock. Better yet, sign up for their email and text distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com, and you'll know exactly when it is in stock. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.